event time for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, and the tempers are already starting to flare.
An exchange of shoves here. The Age of the Fall, Kevin Steen and El Generico. It's main event time here in Boston.
And it is on. Fists left and right from both Steen and Generico to both Black and Jacobs. And quickly, this one is broken down in the Age of the Fall. The champions making their way out to the floor.
Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black trying to regroup just a bit, and Jimmy Jacobs favoring that back after putting Aries through the table earlier tonight, as you said, Lenny Leonard. How much is that back injury that Jacobs suffered, putting his own body on the line to do damage to Aries, going to become a factor in this matchup? And will it be as big of a factor here tonight between these two teams as it was at Up for Grabs when the Age of the Fall won the World Tag Team title?
Well, you can certainly see that that was exactly the point that was on Tyler Black's mind as he was trying to coach Jimmy Jacobs down from the top rope right before he jumped off the top through the table onto Austin Aries. Tyler Black knew the importance of this match here tonight with the World Tag Team titles on the line, and he wanted that issue between Aries and Jacobs, at least for this evening, to be put on the back burner. But just the hatred between Jacobs and Aries obviously spilled over into the forefront this evening, but that's an issue that I'm sure will not be settled for quite some time, but we'll see it down the line here again on pay-per-view, especially with Aries out of the building tonight.
Tonight it is all about the World Tag Team titles and all about whether or not Kevin Steen and El Generico can achieve their goal and shoot to the top of the ranks of the tag team division here in Ring of Honor here this evening.
Well, Kevin Steen has made the point for months. He guaranteed that they were going to have gold around their waist before the year was out. And tonight's as good a night as any if you're Kevin Steen to make good on that promise. And right now he's caught in the side headlock by Tyler Black. He's trying to power his way out, but Black, well, rather questionable tactics to maintain control of the side headlock.
Well, the Age of the Fall will do whatever is necessary to maintain their reign as ROH World Tag Team Champions, because it is those belts that helps them have the power to spread their message about their movement.
Well, they know how important the ROH World Tag Team titles are. This isn't, some lower card throwaway disrespected championship like in some other promotions. Ring of Honor prides itself on the tag team division, and that's something that we think makes us stand out against other wrestling organizations. If you're the World Tag Team Champions here in Ring of Honor, you can truly claim to be the best tag team in pro wrestling today, and that's exactly why a match like this is headlining a pay-per-view.
Solid forearm shot right there from Kevin Steen. Takes Tyler Black off his feet and drives him face first into the boot of El Generico, who's now tagged in.
And two of the quickest athletes you will see anywhere in the business in the ring at the same time in El Generico and Tyler Black. It's a knee to the midsection and a chop to the chest by the masked luchador El Generico.
Quick and also very agile. Both can take flight with great ease. Tyler Black known for that breathtaking Phoenix splash off the top rope.
Black may be the most physically gifted athlete anywhere in the business today. Still in his very early 20s, the sky is the limit for this guy, and he already is one half of the World Tag Team Champions here in Ring of Honor.
We've seen what Tyler Black can do here on pay-per-view in the past. Tonight, can he hold on to the belts along with Jimmy Jacobs off the top rope, and a shot to the midsection, courtesy of El Generico. And now they've got Jimmy Jacobs in the wrong part of town. Kevin Steen tagged back in. And we might see right here, as they dish out the punishment to Jimmy Jacobs, just how much that back has been affected from earlier on tonight.
Well, I was about to say, it looked like Jimmy Jacobs was moving pretty well there. At least he was before Kevin Steen started driving the elbow and the forearm into the lower back. And it started to cross my mind, perhaps, that maybe playing a bit of mind games with the challengers. But right now, Kevin Steen continuing to dish out the punishment. He goaded Tyler Black in, and now they're punishing the back of Jimmy Jacobs once again in the corner.
Well, if he was trying to play some mind games, if his back isn't quite as injured as he wanted them to think, it certainly is going to be a big bullseye regardless, and they're going to work over that back, whether it was injured that badly coming into the matchup or not.
Drop toe hold by Generico, double team here by the challengers. Somersault leg drop right over the back of the neck, and a forearm for Tyler Black out to the floor. Powerbomb right down across Jacobs.
Using his own partner as a weapon right there. Turn around, ref. Cover. But Jacobs able to kick out.
And Black able to distract the referee just long enough perhaps to give Jacobs a chance to get the shoulder off the canvas. Both men back to their feet. Jacobs set against the ropes and another chop from Generico. The challengers asserting themselves at the opening here. Another chop. Olay!
Generico in command. Very popular athlete here in Ring of Honor, but a kick to the back from Tyler Black from the apron, and that caused Generico to take his eyes off of Jimmy Jacobs, who capitalized on the situation.
Perhaps a chance for Tyler Black to maybe take one for the team there, and it did just that, and it gained the advantage for his team as Jacobs capitalized on that momentary lapse by Generico. And now the tag, back in comes Tyler Black, foot planted right on the side of the head, elevates and stomps right down across Generico.
Tyler Black with the cover, but failing to hook the leg, Generico able to kick out.
Well, the Age of the Fall has been wreaking havoc everywhere Ring of Honor goes, whether it's Manhattan, Detroit, Chicago, Philadelphia, or even all the way to Tokyo, Japan, where he took a trip recently. Age of the Fall just doing damage everywhere we go. And right now it's El Generico with the waistlock standing switch. Tyler Black looking for the escape. Misses the elbow. Generico able to duck down out of the way, but side headlock now by Black. Elevated, belly to back suplex. Dropped him right on the back of his head, did Generico. Quickly goes for the cover.
He was able to free himself from that side headlock right there with the suplex and got an earfall. And now Generico looking to follow up on Tyler Black. Fires away. And has him backed into the corner. Right by Kevin Steen. There's the tag.
A right hand from Steen on the outside connects with Black. Steen just stomping away at the chest of Tyler Black, who's trying to get back to his feet. Steen's going to give him a hand up, only to knock him back into the corner with a chop. And a hard forearm from Steen.
We've seen just what kind of risks and physical punishment Steen and Generico are willing to put their bodies through for the sake of just trying to become ROH World Tag Team Champions back in that ladder war at Man Up. Here in a traditional professional wrestling tag team matchup, trying to win the belts using their wrestling skill. No weapons involved here. Kevin Steen and El Generico showing just how versatile they are as tag team wrestlers.
They're doing a good job of isolating their opponents from their partners. They've got Black backed into the corner, made yet another quick tag to El Generico, who connects with another right hand.
They can brawl, they can fly as well, and I'm not just talking about El Generico. Kevin Steen, for a wrestler his size, can fly through that air with the Swanton Bomb.
Speaking of flying, it's Generico trying to take a chance here, going to the outside. Jacobs has a hold of the ankle. Steen's tied up with the official. Generico trying to chop his way free as Black gets back to his feet. Cross body, but he catches him. What a show of power by Tyler Black, and then bumps him out to the floor.
Oh, he hit the floor hard. Just tossed over the top rope and all the way down to the floor. El Generico is hurt.
Jimmy Jacobs may not be the only one nursing a back injury in this matchup now, as Generico hit very, very hard on the outside.
Immediately going to town on Generico, sends him back inside the ring to Tyler Black, who goes for the cover. Able to get the shoulder up.
Kevin Steen had made his way into the ring to try and break things up had he needed to, but Generico able to kick out on his own as he absorbs several blows from Tyler Black, who goes for the cover and did not hook the leg, only able to get two.
A bit of a warning from senior official Todd Sinclair. He had the back of the mask of El Generico right there to Tyler Black. And snapmares Generico head over heels into the corner, doing damage in the turnbuckles.
Double team here by the champs, lefts and rights to the head. Generico trying to cover up. And again, Kevin Steen looking to come to his partner's aid, only to be sent back to his corner by the referee, allowing the double team to continue. Can certainly understand the frustration on the part of Kevin Steen, but perhaps doing a little more harm than good right there, as Generico once again kicks out.
And again, using that mask to his advantage is Jimmy Jacobs, grabbing hold of the tassel on the back of it to keep him in position to dish out the punishment. And now knee strikes from Jimmy Jacobs.
El Generico just went limp after that second knee strike.
Trying to crawl through the legs of Jacobs to get to his corner and tag Kevin Steen, but Jacobs has got hold of the foot of El Generico, keeping him away from his partner as Tyler Black takes a shot at Kevin Steen, tying up the official.
And allowing Jimmy Jacobs to stomp perhaps a little bit low on El Generico, and a double team from the champs, making a wish. Stretching out the groin of El Generico, cover. And again, able to kick out at 2 is Generico.
Needs to get to his corner, trying to crawl toward Kevin Steen and make that tag.
You see every instinct in Generico's being, trying to drive him towards his partner. A nice trip there by Black, stopping him before he was able to garner any momentum. Now he's going to pitch him back out to the floor.
And tying up the referee while Jimmy Jacobs off the apron with the double axe handle down onto El Generico. Pounding away now on the back of Generico. And again, the referee tied up, trying to make sure that Kevin Steen stays in his corner. Generico kicks out.
Again, desperately trying to make his way towards his corner, but the tassels on the back of the mask basically just giving a handle to Tyler Black to put the brakes on Generico as Jimmy Jacobs makes his way back in. Generico trying to fight them both off. Series of chops, but Jacobs goes right to the leg and takes out the base of El Generico before he can make the tag to Kevin Steen.
Jacobs just pounding away on the head of El Generico now. Age of the Fall have done a very good job of cutting the ring in half, keeping Generico away from Kevin Steen. As now double stops from Jimmy Jacobs. Follows up with a senton across the back.
Has some words for Kevin Steen, who again shouting something probably best not to repeat at Jimmy Jacobs. Waist lock by Jacobs as Generico again desperately trying to make the tag. Headbutt from Jacobs to the small of the back. And then again pitches Generico out to the floor, where this time it's Tyler Black looking to do damage out on the outside.
Once again, the referee occupied, using the barricade as a weapon on El Generico before sending him back inside the ring to Jimmy Jacobs. They're going to finish him off, so that's it.
The champion's certainly looking strong right now. Another cover. And again, Generico able to kick out, but he is a long way away from his partner. The crowd chanting Olay for Generico, but instead he's pitched out to the floor once again.
Listen to these fans! This Boston crowd coming alive! Generico is feeling it too!
Makes the tag to Kevin Steen, who wipes out the champs.
Jimmy Jacobs back first across the edge of the ring frame. Tyler Black sent inside by Kevin Steen. Pump handle neck breaker. Only a 2 count for Mr. Wrestling, Kevin Steen.
Pointing to his chest, the picture of the moonsault. Might it be time for Kevin Steen to take flight?
What an atmosphere here in Boston. Tyler Black on his back and Kevin Steen to the top.
Black able to roll out of the way and make the tag to Jacobs as Steen crashes and burns. The end time.
Jacobs has got it cinched in. Only 2.
Oh, great save by El Generico right there. And presence of mind for Steen to get the roll-up out of that maneuver, but only able to get 2 as Black to his feet. Forearm down goes Generico. Steen in the corner. Tyler Black getting all fired up. Charges. Elevated. Lands on the apron. Block of the right hand. Kick to the back of the head by Black. Spear by Jacobs. Black to the top. Frog splash. Cover.
Kevin Steen got the shoulder up. Tyler Black cannot believe it.
Oh, Tyler Black, a picture of frustration right there. So close to putting away Kevin Steen.
Kevin Steen wants to back up his claim that he will earn a championship here in Ring of Honor in 2008. Tonight, the World Tag Team Champions within the grasp of Steen and Generico.
Steen, however, placed up top. Black says that's it. Follows him up to the second, traps the head. Trying to get the big man off the top.
He's feeding off the energy of this crowd.
Slap to the face, down goes Black. Jacobs with a right hand, connects. Now it's Jacobs to the second, biting away at Kevin Steen.
Jimmy Jacobs now. We're going to go all the way up top himself, but a headbutt from Steen sends Jacobs down. Kevin Steen to the top rope. Tyler Black takes away his balance.
Once again, Steen, just as he was poised to come off the top, gets stopped in his tracks. Black to the second, traps the head. Generico from behind, clubbing away at the back.
Tyler Black sent into Jimmy Jacobs. Went for the Yakuza kick, but got caught. Gutbuster! Steen to the top! Swanton!
Splash! Cover!
These fans here in Boston want it as badly as Steen and Generico.
Generico had already wiped out Jacobs with the Yakuza kick. There was nobody to save Black. He had to kick out, and he just barely beat the count. Package pile driver.
Trying to block the attempt. Lands on his feet. God's last gift. Broken up by El Generico.
Jacobs drags Generico out to the floor, right hands to the top of the head, while Black sets up Kevin Steen and makes his way to the corner. Reversal of whip. Jacobs into the barricade.
Tyler Black all the way to the top rope. Phoenix splash. Nobody home.
Steen able to roll out of the way as Generico back inside the ring. Connects.
He's going for the brainbuster. El Generico with Tyler Black. No. Jimmy Jacobs comes to his partner's aid.
Just in the nick of time, Jacobs from the apron takes the legs out from El Generico. Steen on his knees in the corner.
Oh, they could be setting up for that top rope contra code. Generico trying to fight it off as best he can.
Clubbing away on Black, who's hanging on. Black down in the corner. Here comes Steen.
Cannonball. Pulling Tyler out of the corner. Sharpshooter. He's got it. He's made many men tap out to the sharpshooter. Generico with Jimmy Jacobs going for the brainbuster on the turnbuckle. Jacobs fights it off.
Steen got the elbow up. Clothesline by Generico.
Wipes out Jacobs with the dive.
Can Tyler hold on? Inching towards the ropes, but Steen drags him back.
The titles are in jeopardy. Jimmy Jacobs looking to break it up, goes to the eyes of Kevin Steen.
Desperation move on the part of Jacobs, but he just saved the World Tag Team titles for sure.
That took a lot out of Tyler Black. He was in that sharpshooter for a long time. Out to the apron goes Jimmy Jacobs.
Well, you hate to do it, but you gotta give Black credit. What toughness he showed right there, refusing to give up the world titles.
Makes the tag. Jimmy Jacobs is legal, so is El Generico. Generico catches Jacobs. Suplex right on his neck. Here comes Generico. Yakuza kick. No, end time.
Oh, what a counter by Jacobs. Generico down to a knee.
This could be it for El Generico. Jacobs has got the end time cinched in. He's fading. No, he's digging down.
Oh, the crowd's urging him back to his feet.
Going for the brain buster. Jacobs lands on his feet. Miscommunication from the Age of the Fall. Super kick from Steen. Yakuza kick from Generico.
Black dropped out of the way, but Jacobs caught it flush. Right into the arms of Kevin Steen. Package pile driver. Nails it.
To the arms of El Generico. Brainbuster.
They did it.
Mr. Wrestling